If you've been dreaming of starting a business or making a major life change, but you just can't seem to get yourself started, those fears that you have about not doing your business right, or about stinking at first, or changing your mind midstream, I gotta be honest, those are well-founded, because chances are you probably will stink at first. You definitely will not do everything right, and it is highly likely that you're gonna change your mind or change directions several times once you actually get going. You wanna know how I know this, my friend? It is called being a beginner, being human. You know, when I first started my business, oh my goodness, I made so many mistakes. I changed things so many times, and we still make mistakes now. And we change things all the time now. It's part of the growth process. Anyone who's successful and honest about it will tell you the same thing. There's really no mystery there. But here's the most important concept I want you to get. There's a single mantra that has helped me my entire life bypass fear and make really any dream I've had come true, no matter how scary it seemed, no matter how intimidating it was, or how unprepared or inexperienced I felt. And that mantra is this. You ready for it? Start before you're ready. I'm going to say that again. Start before you're ready. Now, if I were you, Erin, I would get that little phrase tattooed somewhere on your body and live by it morning, day, and night. If you wait until you feel ready to do anything meaningful, you're going to be waiting for the rest of your life. Look, I have been doing this for a long time now. I've supported tens of thousands of entrepreneurs to start and grow their businesses across 160 industries and across 119 countries. And I've noticed some similarities. Among the people who are the most successful, the happiest, the people who are actually contributing the most, they all have one thing in common, and it's this. They all start before they're ready. You see, I think you've misidentified the enemy here, because the enemy, it's not making mistakes. It's not changing your mind, and the enemy is not your fear. The only enemy that you need to defeat, my friend, is not getting started. This is what most of us just fail to realize. Action is the antidote to fear. Action creates progress and momentum. And action, consistent action, is all you ever need to make anything happen in your life. You know, there were so many things that I was pursuing, like life coaching and dance and fitness and writing and speaking. And it was all under this umbrella of entrepreneurship. But here's the thing. I constantly felt ashamed and self-conscious when people at parties would ask, "What do you do?" That is when I came up with that term. I'm a multi-passionate entrepreneur. There's one of my favorite women of all time, the incomparable Maya Angelou. Maya danced at a strip joint. Then she ran a brothel. She mastered several languages, published not just poetry, but also advice books and cookbooks and children's stories. She danced professionally. She wrote music and plays and screenplays, and she received an Emmy nomination for her acting in Roots. And she was an activist who worked with Martin Luther King to organize the Poor People's March in Memphis, Tennessee. You gotta be real about your journey. Just own the fact that you've enjoyed a very rich and diverse path. And if you want to keep experimenting with different ideas, just be real about that too. Stop being ashamed of who you are, woman. Whether you're just legitimately confused about what you want to do, or you're just genuinely interested in having multiple businesses or parts of your career. You gotta own it. You gotta love it. You gotta hug up on it. You get to frame your experience both for yourself and for the world. So, what's the story you're going to tell? Are you going to position your multi-passionate nature as a strength or as a weakness? As something that makes you fantastic or something that makes you a flake? So you don't have to announce every time you're going to try something new. That way, when you say you want to switch to running a bakery, you don't have to hear everyone say, "What happened to training horses?" Just because you can throw up a new website or start a new Instagram account in like 4 minutes does not mean you should. And if you do, you don't have to put out a press release about it and tell the whole world. I mean, it makes no sense to tell everyone to look at you if you're not really ready to be looked at quite yet. In other words, play with yourself in private.